we talk Rory and Scotty in another showdown. Is this a new format? We'll get into that. But we want to welcome back our friends from Scribe to the Tavern as we get back into our PGA show preview week. Let's get right into it. Welcome to the Tavern.
Well, I figured you needed one good shot of me to use, so cameras rolling, so
I think it's so far today. I'm loving the course. I love the views here. I think Ralph was right when we were talking to him.
got the over-under set.
I don't think we have enough battery power in the camera.
How's everybody doing tonight?
What's going on?
Good morning.
What's going on? I love our new intro
Morning.
because I know I always ask you guys first, but this week I went back to French Lick without you guys. Had some fun out there.
Just rubs it in.
Well, let's just point out that I came this close to hitting a hole-in-one on the second hole on the Sand Creek Golf Par 3 course.
You mean that one right there?
Dave's only person to hit a hole-in-one there. Almost, I became the second. It was.
If that had happened, I guess I would have had to take a trip up and stand there until I made one.
Well, I told Dave, I said it would have been great if him and I were the only two, and you didn't have that one. But then over the water here, Ollie hits a great shot out there. We had a absolute blast out at French.
Dave, how come you haven't filled that out yet?
Have you seen my handwriting?
Yeah, but let your wife do it.
It was, I gotta say, it was a great weekend out there. The Polar Express that they have out there is a lot of fun to take your families. We did everything. We did the bowling. We went to the arcade. We went and had breakfast at the great buffet that they have out there. So if you are looking for a place to take your family, that's the place to go.
You sent us a pretty sweet video from there.
Yeah, that video is going to go up tomorrow.
That's going to go up tomorrow.
That's going up tomorrow. Well, that video will go out tomorrow. So,
the thing I like about it, and Greg, you pointed this out. You were there with Aaron and Ollie. You were able to get out there on the par 3, with him, and it wasn't, Ollie, our kids are a little bit different than some other ones that they have gone out and played par 3s. Ollie at Carlton Rivers played the par 3 out there.
Ollie's got a lot of good
but
experience.
it's a core, you don't have to be, a tour pro. You can go out there and swing the club for the first time, and it's a fun 9-hole walk around that everybody can enjoy.
And that was the thing. When we went, we noticed that they have the fun tees for kids.
Yeah,
that's exactly what they were. Ollie loved that he had his own tee box. He a few times said, "I want to hit back there with you, Dad." And I'm like, "No, hit it your tee box." And you saw in that video, he hits over water.
You know what'd be really good for Sand Creek?
What?
Tee box dice.
That would be a good thing for Sand Creek there. So, well, and then we also went to a G League basketball game, opened the Noblesville Boom Arena, and had a fantastic time there this weekend as well. We had a packed weekend of parties and experiences. So, had a busy weekend, hence why I haven't been able to play that much golf this year. So, how was your guys' weekend?
Dave?
I worked. We had a wedding, so it's that time of year for it.
Yeah, no, you're getting the holiday party season, so you're gonna be busy here.
Holiday party. I got shameless plug. I'll be doing all wine tastings pretty much all the time next week. So
nice.
Yep.
Nice.
But I'm going to Arizona. I'm going to Arizona this weekend.
Oh, nice.
We'll have a good time there. Enjoy the warm weather. I actually did something I don't typically do. I canceled the tea time this weekend.
You know how they allowed you to cancel a tea time?
They did.
No, you don't feel sick.
when you text the director of golf your tea time for tea times, they allow you to cancel it. So I canceled the tea time this weekend, and I know I sent you guys some pictures. Got out to Epic Universe both days this weekend.
Oh, nice.
And had a great time with the kids, and man, that park it was my first time being there. And when you live in Orlando, getting into theme parks is pretty common. But getting into Epic that place is Nintendo World for all of us that grew up playing Super Mario Brothers is absolutely incredible. I will say the Isle of Berk for How to Train Your Dragon is absolutely incredible, and Stardust Racers, best roller coaster I've ever been on. That thing was incredible.
Wow.
And then my kids both rode Curse of the Werewolf, and that's really cool. It was we had a good time. So no, it was a fun weekend. I will say I rescheduled my tea time for this weekend, so I'll be back playing on Saturday. Don't worry.
Oh, we were all worried about when Steve's going to play golf again.
No, we weren't.
All right, with that, let's get into first rounds.
Ready to take your game to the next level? Desert Fox Golf's collegiate gear is growing fast, with over 25 universities and counting. Show off your favorite team on the course with the Phone Caddy and DJ 10 speaker, built for easy access for every round. Perfect for students, alumni, and college sports fans looking to show off their school spirit. Gear up today at desertfoxgolf.com.
I got a call from our buddy Steve who went with us to French Lick. He played Disney this past weekend, and they have changed new car. They got new carts because everybody leases their carts now, and they got upgraded carts, and they have aluminum cart frames. And I know there's been a big push for the magnetic phone holders and different things like that on the carts. That being said, there's no landing pad, and if there is a landing pad, where do you put your phone? Where do you put your speaker? I'm just saying, Desert Fox Golf Phone Caddy doesn't matter. You can put it on an aluminum frame. You can put it on on any frame. Attaches really quickly. Put your phone in. It holds it secure. You don't have to worry about it falling off. So,
but if you have seen Desert Fox's new email, they got some exciting other stuff coming as well. So
coming soon.
If you still have a metal frame, you might be able to get a magnet landing pad. And if you are checking them out, don't forget to use code GolfingDads at checkout for 15% off.
I mean, we swear by our Desert Fox stuff. We all use it. I think we all have, and you don't need just one. Greg, you have bags in a couple different locations. I
got phone caddies in a couple different locations.
Yeah. And I have a couple different bags that, I have a small Sunday bag and my Bridgestone bag. They each have a phone holder in them just in case which ones I want to take out. So just because you have one doesn't mean you don't need a second one.
That is true.
All right. With that being said, there's some interesting stuff coming up here on December 17th. We got another match. It's Rory versus Scotty. It's almost a junior Ryder Cup, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So, the Golf Channel games, captained by Rory and Scotty, will have two teams of 4 players each. And they're not playing a traditional format. They're going to be playing 5 different competitive golf games. So this is going to be something different. We've seen the match. We've seen all these different types of matches. We've even seen the TGL League and the way they're playing on a simulator screen. So let me ask you guys this question. What do you think of this new format where it's not going to be traditional golf? It's not going to be playing regular golf holes. It's going to be basically games and challenges, but with that PGA flair.
Let's go over the games and challenges.
Somebody better get them some T-box dice is what I'm saying.
Let's go over the games and challenges. So first one, there's a reason that Patrick Cantley isn't invited because it's a time drive competition. And if timing's involved, Patrick won't be there. Players compete head-to-head with 2 minutes on the clock, launching drives into a scoring grid. Short game competition, chipping and putting. Players will compete individually and chip a ball within a certain distance of the pin and hole a specific number of feet of putts, all within 3 minutes set on the clock. Next, players will compete in a 14-club challenge with 2 competitors facing off. The teams of 2 will pull clubs from the same golf bag and strike shots from a predetermined distance in the fairway during a closest to the pin contest. Once a club is used, it's eliminated.
I like that.
I do like that.
Time shootout.
All 8 players in the competition will compete across 4 head-to-head matchups. Team strategy will involve, and as a time shootout features 4 players alternate shot across 3 holes. Teams will be staged in certain positions, 1 on a tee, 1 in the fairway, 2 on and around the greens, and whichever side finishes with the best score and the shortest amount of time wins. Finally, McIlroy and Scheffler will go head-to-head in a captain's challenge. Each player will strike shots from various distances, bunker, greenside, and putts of 30 and 10 feet. Whoever has the lowest combined distance from the hole for the shots will win.
I absolutely love this idea.
Yeah.
And I will tell you why. Because
Why, Greg?
it is taking what the Golf Channel is bringing back, which is the big break. It is taking skills kind of from that. It's like an NFL combine skills challenge. Like I remember the old NFL games that they used to have at Disney's Wide World of Sports, where they threw at golf carts with footballs and blue dart, like with blue chalk on it, at a big dartboard. I think this is fun. I think it's something different. And Steve, you're going to hate what I'm about to say here. I think this could help grow the game.
Like I don't think 2 are close.
Why? First, I know how you feel about this.
I'm just to sit back and watch.
Do I think more golf, especially in primetime, is good? I do. I'm not arguing golf in primetime being a bad thing. I am all for golf in primetime. I think it's great. What I'm not for is, and again, I think showing off these players' skills is great.
I hear a lot of great going on here, Steve.
I just don't know that it grabs long-term attention to do this. Like I think the skins game has way more potential to do, especially because, and I don't like the last competition of the captains competition of the captains competing against each other. I'd like to see, and we'll say the quiet part. I'd like to see Luke Donald and Keegan Bradley compete against each other.
Technically a captain's challenge.
Right. Right.
All right, Dave, what were you going to say?
Steve, what's the attention span of your children?
Thank you.
I'm not arguing. But the attention span of my children isn't watching this. It's not.
Okay, what's the attention?
But it's also not watching golf. So
okay, what's the ever in the millennial generation, and not calling out millennial, I'm just picking a demographic here because the 3 of us sitting here are all the same generation. We grew up watching every Sunday on golf. You're watching Jack and Lee and Arnie and 1997 Tiger. People coming out today, this YouTube generation that's coming out, the TikTok generation, these are quick little bites that whether you sit there and watch the whole thing, or is this something that the PGA can pull, they could put these out on TikTok, and it's quick bites that can grab the attention of other people to get invested and interested in the larger game of golf.
Exactly, and that's why I think it grows the game. Dave, perfect points. You get bonus points for tonight's episode for that.
Yay!
I mean, Bradley
more drinks for Dave.
19 seconds is the attention span because Bradley's already clocked out this episode of our show.
Right.
But
he's already working on his fantasy team for this weekend.
Exactly, because my team went nuts this weekend for the first time. But that's where I think this is really going to bring the younger generation into this? Because Steve, they are also bringing back, like I said, the big break, which I hope, like Randall Golfer said, that this happens first, because I think it'll help with the big break. But they're also bringing back what you said, the skins game, which I feel is more of our generation and our father's generation. So the golfing grandpas, like, so it's giving more variety to the sport, because when you just talk about golf and you talk about the PGA Tour and you talk about the weekend, Live is no different. It's now 4 days and PGA, so there's no variety there.
We know, Brad.
This is giving variety.
It's variety, and I think that for the casual fan, this is something that they could get very interested in. It's not, Greg, you know the two people I'm talking about right now. Oh, Tiger's not playing. I'm not watching the rest of the tournament this weekend. Whereas something like this is attention grabbing. This is headline grabbing. This is something quick and easy that you don't have to watch the whole thing to be invested in it. You could have it on in the background while cooking dinner on a Sunday. Whereas the last round of the Masters, you're fully invested. You want to be there for every single shot. You want to hear the roar from the crowd. This one, if you miss one or two things, you're not lost in how did this 2 or 3 swing shot happen. And here it is, and you can be invested. I think it's trying to take off on some of the things TGL is doing with having the virtual games and trying to bring that more to the mainstream there. So again, you don't know until you try.
I think that's a great point. So Steve, you're wrong here. Dave and I are right. Just deal with it.
Okay.
All right. Let's get right into our PGA show preview.
Every detail. They got that.
All right, so as we talked last week, as we're going to talk this week, as we're going to talk every week leading up to our favorite time of year at the Golfing Dads Tavern is our PGA show preview. And tonight, we welcome back Heather from Scribe. Welcome back to the Tavern, Heather.
Hey, thanks so much for having me back, guys. I feel honored. Thank you. Hey, good to see you guys again. And I'm looking forward to seeing you in person at the PGA show.
Well, except
Dave, and I just
doesn't like show.
Yeah, except for I just want to point out I am using mine. I have my notes and everything in there.
Yes.
So
here's my question. What do your notes say?
That I have a hole in one and you don't.
Okay.
Wow, Steve. You lobbed that softball up there and Dave hit it out of the park. Or
I did.
Hit a hole in one.
I did.
Yeah.
You did, yeah.
So Heather, great. Welcome back. I know I missed you the first time around. You were on the show. I was working an event, and I tuned in here and there. But for all of our listeners who may be new to Swing Scribe, kind of what's the pitch here and what problem does Swing Scribe solve for golfers? I know I have mine and what I'm doing, and go from there.
Okay, well, let me ask you guys a question. How many things do you have to remember when you're playing a round of golf?
Well, to make fun of Steve is at top of the list.
It's a lot, right? It's a lot. It's a lot for every club, for every shot, for every course. And it's so much that's going on through your head. It's hard to remember, especially when you're under a little bit of pressure, playing with friends or playing with strangers or in a tournament. So it's helpful to have everything written down, and it's helpful to have it written down in an organized way. And that's exactly what Swing Scribe is. It's a page. So it's just like a yardage book, but instead of being hole by hole designed for a specific course, It's club by club. It's the only journal in the market right now that is a free form club by club where you can put all of your swing thoughts. Yes. We also have a yardage matrix, so you know how far you hit each one of your clubs. It's probably one of the most important things that you need to remember on the golf course. We've got a few pages for lie strategies, uphill, downhill, buried, right? Below the feet, above the feet, all that good stuff. So you don't have to remember and keep everything in your head. You've got it written down for you. It's easy to reference. It's almost like having cheat notes in your pocket.
Well, that's the great part about it is I love like in notes in here, I love how you have half swing, quarter swing, teed up. So there's differences. So you don't have to remember just I hit a 7-iron when it's teed up versus a quarter swing in the middle of the fairway. I like that.
Absolutely.
I can write that down on here.
Yeah, and that especially helps when you're later in the rounds and maybe you're a little bit tired, right? And you don't want to hit a full swing. You want to take a little bit more club and hit a little bit easier of a swing and make the game a little bit easier in yourself.
And for me right now, I'm the two of them have laughed at me. I'm trying to work through a swing change that I'm sending some videos to a buddy of mine, and so this has really helped me seeing where I was and where I'm trying to get to.
Yeah, that's great. And that's how it was designed. Another thing is like, how many swing tips do you get on Instagram Reels or TikToks?
Yeah.
I mean, listen, I look at myself, I look at my husband, it's constant. You're given constant tips and it's very difficult to remember everything down. Remember, if you don't write it down, it's not fact. It's like your grocery list. Right?
Did my wife write the grocery list or did I write the grocery list?
I'm pretty sure your wife should write your swing scribe notes. I think you'd do better.
Yeah.
She probably has your handwriting.
I can't read my own handwriting.
Heather, I want to ask a question. We had emailed back and forth today, and I want to throw one out there to you. You guys have a new partnership and a really cool giveaway going on right now. And how it ties in with girls golf. So can you go into that and in your nonprofit?
Yeah, absolutely. So we partnered with a platform called ticksforgood.org. And ticksforgood.org is a platform that helps a bunch of nonprofits raise money online. And they do so in a very unique way. They go out and they purchase tickets. So for example, what we're talking about today, they've got 2 weekend passes to the Masters. Do you guys know how hard it is to get weekend passes to the Masters? Very difficult.
I've never had them, so yeah.
Okay. So this is their 3rd year in doing that. So they're giving away, Saturday and Sunday passes for 2 people, and they've got a bunch of charities that are raising money. Like, yep, there you go. So we are partners.
Mine's here somewhere.
We're partnered with Girls Golf, so we are helping them fundraise on their behalf, and we encourage people to go to ticksforgood.org, make a donation. You can donate as little as $25, and the giveaway ends, I think it's the first week of December, so we're only a couple of weeks until the end of that giveaway, so there's still some time.
Let me point this out. If you got the email out there that your rejection letter, which is a tradition as old as time from the Masters, this is a great way to have an experience or have a chance to still get to the Masters this year. So
yeah, it's a way to have an experience, and it's also a way of contributing and donating and giving to a nonprofit. So it's a win-win-win.
Yeah, do good, get good. So
do good, get good.
I think this is great. There you go.
Hey, Heather, I've got a question from Instagram right now. And it's from our friends at Desert Fox Golf, home of the phone caddy. So they're always going to tie it into using your phone there on the course. And the question is, do you have a digital version like the Apple Notes app?
I don't. So this is the anti-tech, and there's a reason behind it. When you write a note for anything, there is neuroscience that there's something that happens in the brain because it's not static. It's a dynamic kind of activity where you have better memory retention of actually handwriting that note, right? So when you can easily put notes on your phone, and that's fine. They all blend, they all look alike. When you write them down with your hand, there's something that happens with memory retention. So you're actually better off writing hand taking notes.
And I can. A lot of what I do in my real job is all notebooks and handwriting. So I lost enough things in the computer, i.e., tonight I lost all the questions and had to have them resent to me. So I have notebooks for my real job and everything that I do there. So I can understand that point there.
Yeah, sure. And another reason is like I play with a lot of golfers that want to put their phone away. They don't want their phone out when they're playing golf. They're using this as a time to kind of disconnect and, relax a little bit. So, they don't want their phone out.
They wouldn't like playing in our group, listening to music all day.
No.
But I think that's something we've had on here for a few weeks of different technology that everyone talks about is that keeping the phone in your pocket actually helps you focus and play better at golf. So it's easy to have these notes and not rely on that as much.
Yeah, absolutely. Because listen, when you get your phone out, then you've got TikTok and Instagram notifications and messages and emails and phone calls and all that stuff that's distracting, like you said. So this is a way to keep you focused. And this is also a way that you can remember what you need to do on the golf course.
Unless, of course, you're listening to the Golfing Dad's Tavern.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So, Heather, in saying that, what's the biggest piece of feedback that you've received from some users or coaches that have come out and surprised you?
Yeah. So, not a lot of surprise, but I will tell you the feedback that I get from the coaches and the players is that it's a lot easier to practice between lessons, right? Because they're not having to think, am I doing this right? Or am I doing this wrong? They just look back at their notes from their lesson. They can see what their coaches told them to do. And it's a lot more productive when they're out on the driving range. But I will share a very touching story. So like I said, we're partners with the girls golf. And last year, they had their first national championship, and every qualifier got one of the Swing Scribe golf journals. And the day after they got them, the day after they got them, I had a parent come up to me. She said, I can't thank you enough. It was so touching. I have 2 girls in the tournament, and I could see them the night before, last night, they were YouTubing the golf holes at Pine Needles. And they were taking notes in the course notes section. And it just, it just touched me so much. It was so nice to see. And they were using it on the golf course today. So I really enjoyed hearing that story. But yeah, not too many surprising takeaways. Like, it's effective. I can tell you from my own personal experience, like, I've improved my game. I've shaved 5 strokes off. I can share I beat my husband for the first time ever. Which is a very big.
Is he watching this? Is he watching this right now? Is he listening to you?
He may. That's why I had to. Maybe I whispered it a little bit.
Or are his friends watching right now to know that you are a better golfer than he is?
Maybe. But that's a huge driving force. We're pretty competitive. He's a great player, but he was having a bad day. I was having a really good day. I beat him for the first time, and made me feel really, really good. But I've seen my golf game improve tremendously since using this.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Now, a year ago, you came on our show leading up to the PGA Merchandise Show. You were going to be in attendance for the first time. You were a first-time exhibitor a year ago. You're coming back this year in 2026 in January. We're excited to see you again. Mm-hmm. What were your expectations going in last year? And then follow it up with, what are your expectations going in for year 2?
Okay. So my expectations going in as the first time, and remember, I've never been to the PGA show before. Number one, it was incredibly overwhelming. I was in awe to see like how vast everything was. But my expectation is that I'm just going to have a line of people ready to buy these things. And so when you're I was in the innovators corner, right? And that's for all the new and upcoming products, first year products. And I think that people didn't take me as serious as if when I have a real booth. I'm hesitating with the language a little bit because, in the innovators corner, they give you like this little 5x10 booth, and it's nice. You get your little table and whatnot. Then you graduate to the big girl booth or the big boy booth, and that's what I'm doing this year. I'm really excited about it. But my expectation last year is that I was just going to have a bunch of people ready to go, and you have a lot of people that are like, oh, this is cool, this is cool. There's a lot of brand building that goes on after you launch a product. So I'm very excited to have a big booth this year. we've been doing a lot of pre-marketing for the PGA show, and I'm very, very optimistic for this year.
So speaking of this year, now that you have that first show under your belt, you said, as we tell everyone, it is overwhelming. It is huge. You don't realize how big this show is. What's your strategy now with going into year 2 and having a bigger booth and more exposure?
More comfortable shoes.
That is a big suggestion for everybody.
Yeah. Whether you're an exhibitor or just, a guest, like you got to wear those comfortable shoes and comfortable clothes. I don't know. It's been so fun designing the booth and, all the little elements that go into it. It's interesting because, the hotel that connects to the PGA show. I talked to my sales rep today from PGA show. He said there's 1,000 people on the waiting list for the hotel, which I got. Crazy. So there's a lot that goes into the preparation. I'm going to be in order taking mode. So last year it was more about education and information. This year it's going to be about, taking orders, because people are going to remember me. They're going to, see, oh, you're back again. Okay. And take me a little bit more seriously.
So is that what you're most excited for this time around?
Well, I got to tell you, last year, I felt like I was on drugs for a whole week. I was like high. Seriously, it was so exciting to walk around and see all of the different vendors and all the different up and coming products. I mean, it's exhilarating, honestly. But yeah, no, what I'm most excited about is the sales aspect of it. Yeah, and I'm going to have something really special in my booth. I dare to say I'm going to have the world's largest yardage book.
Nice.
We're having a life-sized swing scribe.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Hey, Greg.
We know some pretty large people.
Greg, booth interview.
Oh, we 100% need to do a booth interview.
I'm going to go off the script a little bit here as I'm flipping through, mine right here. I have the one that has the notes for all the different clubs, but you also have this other one here that I usually forget to take with me, that has all the course stats and everything that has that. Have you tried to incorporate those two books together, or are you or is that separate, or am I missing out on the bigger picture of Swing Scribe here?
Yeah, so we launched the golf journal first, and then, the feedback that I received is, listen, I'm a traveling golfer, I'm a competitive golfer, and I really want to see, the course notes expanded. And then I also got feedback that I want to see, I want to be able to record my stats. So instead of making a really thick single book, I made the two books because the majority of people are using just the golf journal. It's a small percentage that are using the course notes journal. And the course notes journal has 8 different golf course, like cheat notes. And then it has stats for up to 14 times. So, it's a very long lasting type of book. It's perfect if you're playing on a high school team or a college team, right? And you travel around the same courses playing competitively. Or if you just love to travel and, play golf around the country or around the world. It's a great way
notes from our friend here on Instagram, the Orlando golfer, who just got back from Korea and finished second in the World Amateur Golf Championship tournament. Could have used this in Korea, quote unquote.
We need to get him one. We need to get him
we need to get OG one.
So Heather, I want to ask you a question about last year at the PGA show to get kind of back on track with that.
Yeah.
What was the most fun thing that you experienced at the PGA show as a first-time exhibitor?
Let's see. Meeting other vendors. Like that, to me, that was the most exciting thing. Like I met a handful of really, really cool companies. Grove and Green, has become a very, very good friend of mine. Let's see. There was some really cool ingenuity with the robot putter. I know you guys interviewed them. just seeing all of the innovation in golf. That was really, really cool. And then I do have to say, because it's a personal favorite of mine, watching the Third Eye Blind concert. That was
nice.
They haven't announced this year's concert. I'm kind
of so I'm surprised. Yeah.
It'll be any day now. It'll be soon.
I'm crossing my fingers for Dave Matthews.
There we go. That'd be
let's go. Let's go. We're all in on that.
I will say that's the one thing we say every year about this show is the friendship and how everyone is there not to outdo each other. They're all there to help each other. That's the thing that I find most fun about the PGA show is that everyone is there, from podcasts helping podcasts, from exhibitors helping exhibitors, from golf professionals helping other golf professionals. It is about growing and helping that golf community, which there's nothing else like it.
Well, you couldn't ask for a nicer group of people anyway. Like, golfers are generally super friendly and super helpful people and just a delight to be around. So that just gets, exemplified when you're at the PGA show.
Do you think that we're going to see any trends this year at the PGA show? Do you think there's going to be like a trend of the year? Or?
Well, I don't think you can disregard all the progress that's been happening with AI. So I'm sure you're going to see a ton of golf tech incorporating AI. How could you not? And one thing that I did notice is that the PGA show is expanding. So it's not just going to be about golf. I know that there's going to be like a health and a wellness pavilion. And then they're also going to add, pickleball and tennis, which, apparel goes hand in hand, golf, pickleball, and tennis. I think there's a lot of really cool, exciting things that are going to be coming to the PGA show. And I feel like they have the ethos of constantly improving and getting bigger and getting better, right? Everything
I just hope the weather will be better this year than it was last year.
Oh, weather was
please
horrific last year.
You guys were at least inside.
Not for the demo day. That was the worst day.
The rest of it, you were inside. I was outside.
That was brutal. I gotta tell you, that was brutal. Looking for your car after the show in the rain and the cold, not fun. No.
Yeah. So Heather, you've already mentioned the life size, swing scribe coming there. Is there any different approach you're taking to your new booth setup this year as compared to last year? Are you gonna get a chance to get out and go and meet with other people out and around the floor a little bit more this year, being your second year there?
Yeah, I really felt like I was kind of anchored into my booth because it was just me and my husband last year. This year, I'm bringing a couple more people with me because I want to be able to network more. Now that I have like a really good feel about the show and about the setup, I feel like I have a much better handle about keeping things more efficient and more organized. And I also have processes that I didn't have last year, like order taking processes, payment taking process. Things are going to be a little bit more efficient and formalized. And I'm also going to have a lot more flexibility to walk the floor like I wanted to.
Nice.
That's awesome. Yeah. And I just, like I said, I enjoy meeting people. Like, I love chatting with people coming in and out of the booth or going in and out of other people's booths. It's so fun.
The Golfing Dads Tavern, of course, on the top of everybody's list, there for the PGA show.
Well, at least Steve and Greg.
Yeah, because we show up.
I am promoting our brand.
You're losing golf balls is what you're doing.
You're having fun on the golf course and helping us at least live vicariously through you playing golf.
Yeah.
So, Heather, where can people find you and order their Swing Scribe and going forward here?
Easy. So we're on Instagram, we're on Facebook. We have a website, swingscribe.com. We're launching on Amazon as well. So we have been busy. If anybody wants to email me, you can email me at heather@swingscribe.com. Pretty accessible. We're all over. And then we're going to be
awesome.
Well, Heather, thank you for joining us tonight, and we will definitely see you in January, and we want to do an interview and show off the world's largest yardage book.
Yes.
At the show this 100%.
Year. Yeah, thank you guys. And also I just wanted to say happy Veterans Day. My dad's a veteran. My grandfathers were Army veterans. So thank you everybody for your service that served, and happy Veterans Day. And thank you guys for having me. It's so much fun.
Perfect.
Thanks, Heather.
So I will tell you, yes, happy Veterans Day. My dad and grandfathers were veterans, and I have friends that were veterans as well. And I know you all have family that were veterans. Dave, your dad has a great story that ties into golf too.
Yep. But yeah, I got the from thanks for our friend, from Lee. Last time we were in Hilton Head, I got my Paris Island flag. It was the Marine's birthday yesterday as well too. My dad was a Marine, so shout out to all the veterans and especially the Marines.
Go Army.
We're gonna stop there.
Yeah, we'll stop there. All right. With that, Steve, are you ready for a smack of the week?
I am, yes. There's a video a while back of a caddy at where was he at? Pebble Beach, all places.
When I said you were prepared.
Got some funny one-liners on people hitting shots, and he has reemerged again with this week's Smack of the Week.
So, Greg, how you doing?
If you see a golf video, just like it. You don't have to follow the.
I just want to know, what are you doing if your caddy just rips this out?
I'm yelling, helicopter, helicopter, helicopter.
Video, just like it. You don't have to follow the.
I love the guy that walks on screen right after that. That's
yeah.
Pretty impressive there.
It's like Apache.
Yeah, what signal is your caddy giving you at that point with a flag just waving around like that in all of its glory?
Oh, Dave, I know we talked about it this week. Greg, did you see the Zaire Golf post of the receipt from a course in California with the 2 transfusions for $96 before tip?
Were they serving a golden chalice that you get to keep like that? Yes, yeah. I saw this, and that was my question. Like, what are you charging at this point? Like,
right.
We've all been in the service industry. That is ridiculous.
Correct.
All right.
Correct.
Dave, you got any odds for us this week?
No, I was trying to search for the upcoming match, and they don't have anything posted about that right now. Would like to say, though, when we do have odds, brought to you by your Nikon rangefinder, the official rangefinder of the LPGA Tour and the Golfing Dad's Tavern. Nothing really going on this week in the world of golf too much. Though they have come out just recently with the futures bet for the Ryder Cup for next year. It's right now 12-1 for a tie for 2027.
12-1 for a tie?
For a tie.
That is the most boring stat for her. It's like, for a tie. Come on.
We're not a tie.
We're here to win.
Yep.
Hey, we had a question really quick online on what booth Swing Scribe was going to be at. It is booth 3282 at the PGA show. So for those of you who will be in attendance.
All right, let's get into last call here.
Where did Dave go?
The last call. Dave's gone.
Dave's
gone. I was going to play his intro for odds with Dave, and then he just went into a whole self advertising. So it was perfect.
Self advertisement.
All right. So in last call here, we wanted to bring up something that is pretty interesting. Rory McIlroy being the last person to win the career Grand Slam doing it at the Masters this year. And by the way, check out Swing Scribe's giveaway where you can donate to a good cause and win Masters tickets to see who's going to win it this year. But the DP World Tour is doing something, Steve. What are they doing to honor Rory McIlroy?
So Rory not only was the last player to win the career Grand Slam, he also is the first European player to win the career Grand Slam. And they are going to hand out the Rory McIlroy Award at the end of every season to the best DP World Tour player based on their performance in all 4 majors.
Okay. So
interesting.
How you perform in the 4 majors, so you have to be in obviously all 4 majors to have a real chance at this. And you're on the DP World Tour, correct? You have to be on the DP World Tour. This is not for like PGA players that might play in 1 or 2.
Correct. It is a DP World Tour member.
So I think that's pretty cool.
Here's the funny question that I'm going to ask you. So Rory McIlroy has DP World Tour and PGA Tour credentials.
Mm-hmm.
So my question for you is, can Rory win his own award?
Yes, I think that would be kind of funny if Rory won his own. And to be honest, I would ask odds with Dave who the favorite is, and it would probably be Rory to win his own award. Now, let me ask you this question, because can't live players play on the DP World Tour?
While the
lawsuit's not settled yet.
While the lawsuit is continuing, although I've heard that lawsuit will probably be decided sooner rather than later.
Okay. So, but let's say it's not, or it settles in Liv's favor. Could a Liv player win the Rory McIlroy?
I think you've got to play enough DP World Tour events in order to be qualified as a full member.
Okay.
I think it would be John Rahm.
So
right.
I want to have John Rahm and Rory fighting for the DP World Tour Rory McIlroy Award. Like, come on. That's what's better than that. There we go. We're bringing golf back.
You know who I want? The guy who's been talking a bunch of crap lately, Lee Westwood.
Oh, okay.
Crap to Rory. That's what would make this better.
Actually, I kind of want Shane Lowry to win the Rory McIlroy Award.
I think that would
be hilarious.
There is not enough Guinness in the country of Ireland to support Shane Lowry winning the Rory McIlroy Award.
Well, winning anything, to be honest. That guy is a legend.
Yes.
So. All right. With that being said, everybody, cheers. Happy Veterans Day. Thank you to all those veterans out there, to our family, to my father, for serving this great country and everything that you all have done.
Cheers, y'all.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Technical difficulties.
Yeah, we're trying to. This is we have a technical difficulty tonight. I don't know how to end the show.
Let me try this. Hold on.
I got it.
I'm really fortunate, man. I have an opportunity to build something that's.
And remember, folks, use code GolfingDads to get 15% off your order at Desert Fox Golf. Also use code GolfingDads to get 15% off your order at golfish.com. Use code GolfingDads to get 20% off your order at Jacket Sunscreen. And use the Golfing Dads Tavern to get 5% off your order at FlightScope.